What did you say to the team after that one?
Told them that it was on us as coaches. We didn't do a good enough job to prepare those guys to play this football game. And then we'll come back tomorrow. We have a game against a team across town, and that will get our full attention. And we'll meet tomorrow as a team.
What's hindsight is 2020. You got stopped on four fourth downs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about what went into that decision making?
To go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my decision to go for it, and obviously it didn't work out, so that's on me.
You've been presided over offenses have scored a lot of points over the year. What's it like for you in a game tonight where your offense is just struggling to get anything going?
Yeah, I mean, it's not about me. It's about our job as coaches is to put those guys into position to make plays, and we didn't do that, so that's on us.
Sorry, just one more. Just housekeeping stuff. Was Dante and Ethan unavailable tonight?
They were available in emergency situations.
Coach, just following up on that question, both Dante and Ethan went through warm-ups, it looked like. What was the decision to not have them play, and how are they physically?
They're getting better. They didn't take really many snaps at all this week. They're both working through things. And the decision was made with the medical staff that the best decision is not to play those guys.
And what was your just overall evaluation of Colin tonight?
I think Colin fought. Colin's a competitor. And did some really good things, but I think it's on us as coaches. We got to put Colin in better situations to make plays.
And just last one, in a game like this where there's a couple of short outs for the offense, how much harder does that make things for your defense tonight?
Well, it always makes it hard, and I think, give Arizona State credit. They did a good job protecting them, running some different formations and some different things to, change where the pocket was, running some unconventional things. We prepared for it. But we didn't do a good enough job containing that aspect of what they did, so they kept themselves on the field.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that, because you mentioned you were expecting the whole gamut from Kenny Dillingham going into the week.
Yeah.
I guess, what would you think about that formation with the linemen loaded up along the right side?
Yeah, we've prepared for it, and we understand it. They've done it before, so they've shown it on film. They had a couple wrinkles in there, and then obviously with a couple different guys throwing it, Scatterboo threw it, the tight end threw it, kind of throwing the ball up, hoping they can get it. We got a couple pass interference calls that hurt us. But it wasn't a surprise what they did. We were prepared for it because they've done it before during the season. But we didn't do a good enough job defending it. We got to do a better job as a coaching staff of putting our guys in position.
Coach, you're obviously going to look at film tomorrow, but what is your, just quick assessment on how the offensive line performed tonight?
I'd have to look at it. I couldn't tell you. I think sporadic would be a word I would look at, but we'll take a look at the film and make a better understanding of what it is.
2 big third down penalties on one of their drives.
Yeah, last drive there.
The unsportsmanlike, in particular, seemed obviously unavoidable type penalty, right? I mean, what do you?
I didn't see what happened. I just saw the flag down, and then heard on the headset that we knocked their player down. But I didn't see what transpired before that or after that. I literally, we were trying to get our punt team ready to go, and going over the communication on that. Were they gonna quick punt it, keep their offense on the field, or were they going to put their punt team on the field? So that was the conversation that was going on. So I did not see the actual play. So
How tough is it to have drive extended twice in those situations?
yeah, that hurts. That's on us, and you can't do that, especially in a tight football game like that.
Coach, over here to your left, what was your understanding of the sort of the intentional looking penalties that Arizona State was getting called for there to run clock? Is that the way you saw it or understood it from your point of view?
Yeah, and the official, it's his responsibility if he deems them doing that to stop the clock. So that's how it was explained to me. That's what we talked about because we knew they were trying to run clock. But we just go with what the officials call. So.
Can you talk a little bit more about Colin's just durability and kind of toughness in this game?
Yeah, Colin is a tough, hard-nosed football player. He can make plays with his legs and his arm. We had a lot of design quarterback runs just because that's part of Colin's strength, and he did a good job, with a lot of that run stuff tonight. He took some shots. I don't know what his status is at the end of the game. I know Chase had to go in for him, but Colin is a tough, hard-nosed football player, and I think everybody saw that tonight.
What's kind of the path forward at this point? How do you?
Well, we just talked about we got a one-game season. It's us against the team, our rival. Next Saturday, and that's what we talk about. And it's always one game at a time. So, we understand we have 2 left, but we're not concerned with the second one. We're concerned with the first one and the first one only. So.
Are you concerned about kind of a snowball effect, 2 losses in a row of morale and things like that?
No, I'm concerned with getting our team ready to play against a really good football team that we played in a shootout with last year, and I don't know what happened in their game tonight. I don't know where they are tonight, or I hadn't seen anything in terms of what's going on with them. But we're not concerned with where everybody is. We're concerned with who we're playing, and we know they're a really good football team. They got the returning Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback, and they can score a lot of points, and we got to be prepared for that.
And I saw quite a bit of Keegan Jones out there tonight, especially early.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a lot of it just based on matchup and what you?
Yeah, it's just getting Keegan back healthy. He's been banged up a little bit, but I think when Keegan plays for us, he's a productive football player for us. He did it, the Washington State game, made some plays for us, made some plays for us in the Oregon State game. But he hasn't been 100%. I think he's been 100% and really practiced really well this week. So, it was part of the plan to get Keegan involved in what we were doing offensively.
It seems like we've seen a lot of straight ahead running on key 4th and short plays.
Mm-hmm.
Is that do you fear
There were
that
3 of them
becomes
today? Yeah.
that becomes a little predictable at some point? And
Yeah, but there's also the school of thought that we got to be able to gain 1 yard if we can gain 1 yard. So, but we'll go back. Obviously, it didn't work. So, like I said, that's on us. We'll take a look at it as a coaching staff and make the proper corrections.
Back on your left, on those 4th and short situations, do you consider the fact that it's a 3-0 game? How much does the score go into your decision making there, with it being a 1-score game?
Yeah, we take it all into account. But we felt like we had the ball, especially down in there on the goal line. We had the ball down in there tight, and felt like we could get the ball in. And then obviously, that's my decision, and I was wrong. That's 100% on my shoulders. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Steps back, Alex Johnson.
Alex, they made just enough plays offensively. How would you kind of assess the defense overall? They obviously were pretty shorthanded, but also very scrappy.
Right.
How would you kind of assess their play and your counters?
They played well. They did enough to pull the game out. I think as a defense, we got to really rally behind each other and focus on making that extra play. Like, I think a big thing for us is making the extra play, going the extra mile for this team. And all we can do is pick ourselves up and fight back next week.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, were you down the ball on the 1 on the punt? And
Correct.
it looked like that was going to be a big play. And then I
Right.
think they drove 99 yards. Did that feel kind of a little bit like a backbreaker because you feel like maybe you got some momentum and then they do that?
Right. Yeah. I mean, as a defense, you get them pinned back at the 1. We gotta hold them there. Keep the ball in good field position for our offense, and we just failed to do that tonight. So that's something we got to watch the film on, make the corrections, and come back next week stronger.
Hey, Alex, on your left over here. There was those formations where they had like 4 linemen out wide.
Right.
And the defense, how do you assess that in the moment, and how do you react to that? And do you think that kind of caused you guys some trouble as a defense to play around?
I think it caught us off guard a little bit, but as the game progressed, we kind of caught on ourselves. I think it's with any game you go into as a defensive team, as a defensive player, you have to just wait and react to see what the offense is going to do. You never know what they're going to come out in. And I mean, we got to give them credit. They came out in a lot of funky formations, a lot of chaos, caused us a little bit of trouble, but just another thing we got to work on.
Hey, as for the defense, like when you see the running back, tight end lining up as at quarterback,
Right.
and then even throwing the ball, what is the mindset of you guys when it comes to attacking that? Because you see a running back there, you're like, okay, it's a wildcat, they're gonna find a way to run. But when they're actually throwing, like, how do you guys get yourself set and ready for something like that?
I mean, going into a game where you get a team that runs a lot of wildcat, a lot of crazy formations, you got to be prepared for the idea of them possibly throwing the ball. I mean, the tight end played a little quarterback in high school. Running back is obviously an athlete. He can throw the ball. So just having that in the back of your mind, I mean, we were prepared for that. We just needed to make an extra play.
Alex, what is the mood of the locker room, and what do you say to guys after a tough loss like this?
I mean, it's tough. You obviously want to bounce back, especially after last week, and you come into this one, another scrappy team, another dogfight. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and the thing doesn't swing your way. But I mean, the great thing about this sport is it's a complete team sport. You're down when you're down, but when you're up, you're up. You do those things as a team, and I think we really just got to focus on rallying behind one another. Things can be tough right now, but adversity is something that can either make or break you. So this team has a little adversity, but I believe fully in this program and this staff and the players that will push through and conquer.
Piggybacking off that, you got your final rivalry game coming up next week.
Right.
What do you need to do to make sure the team stays in the right mindset going into that game and not letting these two losses snowball into that?
Right. I mean, why not be a clean slate? Like, we've got nothing to lose. We've got nothing to hold back. Just go into next week and let it all hang out. Like, just let loose. We've got zero to lose, and just let it all hang out.
Alex, you guys are getting ready to go against the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. How do you prepare for Caleb Williams?
A lot of film. He's a great player, makes great decisions on the field, very elusive in the backfield. A lot of film study. I mean, looking at what he's looking at, if he's seeing my alignment in the slot, looking at the formations, a lot of widespread formations, 2x2, 3x1. So a lot of film study, asking a lot of questions, seeing what my coaches are seeing, communicating with our linebackers, other DBs, the corners, just making sure we're all on the same page so we can go out there and make plays and get stops.
After last week's loss, some players on defense were saying that things felt a little bit disunified. I know it was another loss tonight, but do you feel like you guys kind of took a step forward in something like that, or how are you feeling about the status of the unity of the defense?
I think the defense is all right. We're a tough knit unit. Within any family, there'll be strife, there'll be fights, but at the end of the day, you come together and you're a unit, you're a team, and we really got a great brotherhood. We got a great family, and we stick behind each other. Like, no matter what, we've got each other's backs. Win or loss, we just try to come out and do our best every day. Thank you.
Josh, you've been here a while. Over here. How hard was that one? I mean, you guys have scored a lot of points here at the Rose Bowl, and to only get 7 points as an offense tonight. How hard was it?
It was tough. We came in there. We came with a plan, and we didn't execute it whatsoever. I think there was no facet to the offense that was working properly. I think when our run game was strong, our pass game wasn't, and vice versa. I think we just never really got into a rhythm of our capability.
And obviously 3 4th downs that were critical. Just what do you think went wrong on those? I don't know if it was one common thread, but what was your assessment of those 4th downs?
We got the play. We we thought we executed, and it's kind of one of those things where you look, block your dude, and then you look back, and there's a bunch of dudes on the running back. But those are crucial. Those are kind of ones that we needed to continue to get going, and needed to punch it in the end zone. And I think that was a big upset, those fourth downs for us.
Josh, over here. Having another quarterback in there, is it difficult week to week? You know, we saw Colin in there, and this was his most, the most he's played in a game all season long. Is that difficult to do week by week?
No, I mean, with Colin, we knew that he's our guy going into the week, and we're just going to rally behind him and give him as much protection as we can. I think whoever it is, we kind of figure that out at the beginning of the week, and then we go from there and continue talking with them and seeing what they see, and then how we can move forward with that. But no, I wouldn't say that it's a big factor. There's different QB.
And just piggybacking off of that, what would you think of Colin's performance overall?
It's kind of tough when you're in front of him, but we'll watch the film and see what we can fix, and then move forward and have big rivalry week with SE.
Over here to your left, some boos as you're coming off the field at halftime. What do you think the environment in the locker room was? How'd you try to get the team to kind of pick up their confidence coming out in the second half? And do you feel like the offense showed some signs in the third and fourth quarter there after the break?
It was kind of tough in the locker room because we knew it was on us. That game was going to be on us. The game was going to come down to us. Defense did their part. They did their job. The offense did not. So we just needed to continue to keep the energy up and rally out. I think we didn't come as hot as we wanted to in the third quarter, but unfortunately we started kind of picking it up late.
SC game next week. Is there anything maybe that's a good thing, because it you get you pumped up after 2 losses for your rival and kind of hit the reset button a little bit and focus on beating your rival?
Yeah, I think that's big. Everyone loves rivalry week. We got to come in tomorrow and practice and throughout the week, and we got to understand what's on line and the rivalry between the two schools, the history of it, and come out and come with great energy. And all we can do is fix what happened tonight and move forward so it doesn't happen next Saturday.
Hey, Josh, right over here. Just going back to the question of a different quarterback in Colin, Chip talked about him being his strengths being run and on the ground. How much does that change your game when you don't have to drop back and pass protect maybe as much in the game?
I would say it doesn't really change anything. I think we get to play. We're obviously throughout the weeks we're established a good running game. I think that we had quite a bit of drop back passes today. I think as O-line, we need to do a better job protecting him, because he is, throughout the past 9 weeks, he has been a running QB. So I think we just doesn't really change anything. But
did you have any dialogue with Colin during the game? He came off the field pretty upset. So what was he like? Where was he at mentally, kind of as everything was unfolding?
Yeah, I think we just needed to keep the energy up, keep the high spirits up. I kept asking him, "You good, dude? You good?" He was telling me what he was seeing out there on the field, what the O-line could do better, or what he needed. I think it was just one of those things where we needed to keep the high spirits. We couldn't just go down in the dumps.
Yeah, over here. I'm just curious, is there a particular player on the offense you kind of look to, like a leader or something, to try to bring the team together in a moment like this?
Yeah, I would say that's our center, Duke Clemens. He's started a lot of games here. I think he's one of those leaders where if he does something, people are going to follow. He's kind of always been that guy that I I admire, I follow. He's one of my best friends. He definitely rallied us in halftime, but I would say him through Clemens. Thank you guys.